Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we're doing deck rebuilds for the Project Boomsday new expansion. So last time we looked at the new Druid cards I got. This time I'll be looking at the new Hunter cards. So the Hunter deck I have right now, that's a standard deck, is a secret deck. It's designed to do the daily quest of playing secrets while also making some progress to playing beasts a little bit, but not even that much. It also, I guess, would make some progress to playing spells because secrets are spells, and some of the beasts I'm playing are actually high tier enough. So if this is a HS replay deck that I'm getting suggested to me through hsreplay.net and the Hearthstone deck tracker app, I'll get this exact same secret deck back, so I can just kind of delete that right now. The other Hunter deck I had is the Battlecry deck, just called Cry, and this seems like it's almost certainly was hand built by me because it is so single-minded. There are a lot of death rattles in Boomsday Project, but not very many Battlecry cards at all. So we'll get rid of that. And then we have a secondary secret deck that I have no idea why that would be in existence. So that should go for sure. And then Mid-Range Hunter, I know for a fact, is an HS replay deck because it's named and it's actually supposedly somewhat good, although I may find out it's not actually that good anymore in the meta deck, and it's a wild deck, so I probably need to switch some cards out to play in standard. Generally speaking, I want to have my decks all standard play. I've completely given up any hope of getting up in the ranking with a wild deck. That's wild play is really only for people who played in the beta and no one else. Hearthstone's basic recommendations are Classic Hunter, which honestly, it's not too bad if you can't figure out anything else or don't have any cards. I Hunt Alone, which is, I think, mostly classic cards. This hero replacement card, I don't have it. I'd love to have it, and without having this deck doesn't really make a lot of sense. In fact, these three main cards kind of are the linchpins of that deck, so I wouldn't play that personally with my collection. And then the third one is Flark's Fireworks, which is almost certainly is mostly a mech deck, which is certainly an idea to play a mech deck with the Hunter. But I'm gonna do a custom and see what we've got as far as new cards. So if I was gonna build a secret deck, discovering a secret makes sense. If I was gonna deal 2 damage and summon a 0/2 Goblin Bomb, that makes sense. If I was gonna give minions a death rattle to add mechs to your hands, that if it's a mech deck, that makes sense. This is a death rattle triggering card, which might be useful. Give a friendly minion +3/+3 and rush, it dies at the end of the turn. That's perfectly fine as far as a card for a hunter, because most of the small hunter characters die anyways on the first turn. We have a magnetic poisonous, magnetic, and a death rattle to destroy a random enemy. So this one and this one work pretty well. This one is a double death rattle deck, and let's see. So let's start with the simplistic thing. Give me this, and then give me Baron River. Well, actually, let me just search death rattles. DATH. Alright. Before I take a bunch of these, I'm going to come over here and look at all the cards with death rattles in them. Because there's Baron Rivendell. There. Whenever you summon a minion with death rattle, do that. Deal 2 damage to all minions. Let's see. I want Thaddeus, which, here we go. Baron Rivendell, your minions trigger their death rattle twice. And let's see. We'll take that one. This one. This one. This one. This is not a death rattle card. Ragnaros the Fire Lord. Destroy all other minions and discard your card. Summon all the death rattle cards that have died this turn during your game. Alright. So let's see what special death rattle cards now I can do. That. And that. That. We've got quite a lot of death rattle cards. We'll take that. Take that. Take that. Take that. And I could trigger some more death rattles with this card. Death rattle cards cost 2 less. So let's get rid of that. And this is the only card I'd want 2 more of. So I'm gonna get rid of this and instead take that. So there's a death deck. And yeah, I think that's probably the best death rattle deck you could ever build. So that's something. Let's now make a new hunter deck and see if there's actually a second deck to actually make with the Boomsday cards. Or if it really is just going to be a matter of letting HS Replay do it. Like, I can do secrets. I can do spells. And I can do mechs. Okay. So I think for the 20 remaining cards, it would just be mechs. 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 Probably not too important. Mech. There. Reduce cost of mechs. The upgraded framebot might be a good one. This is a beast. Magnetic and Taunt. And see, I know that there's a card that would summon Voltron, but I don't believe I have that legendary card if you have 3 mechs at the end of your hand. And that would be the one thing that I would really love to see added. Let's go and get rid of that. To a mech deck like this. See, that's also not all the mechs, though. That was just all the Boomsday mech cards. So there may have been some other ones that might have been worth having in this deck. Like Target Dummy might, or Nordtron might make sense. Let's see. Has +2 when you have a mech. This one should definitely be in your mech warper. So get rid of that and put those in to make them cheaper. At the start of each turn, gain +1 attack. That's ingenious with the magnetic move. So let's get rid of that and put those in. At the start of your turn, destroy a random enemy. Let's see. So we put those in. So if your turn, swap this minion with a random one in your hand. Interesting. Like that totally should be a magnetic move. So playing wild with the mech decks clearly is going to be a different experience. If you control a mech, discover a mech. I'm not sure if you really need to do that. Summon a minion from your deck with less attack than this minion. This is a card that should be in your deck. Let's see. And then Piloted Shredder, of course, should be. Let's see. And then you could get these for heals. I don't know if I want to do that. Get rid of these Discover Secrets. This turned away from being a secret deck really fast. Yeah, not much of a secret deck can be made with the cards I have. Yeah. And the one card that really would have made this great, the number one card, where is it? Here. Mimron's Head. At the start of your turn, if you have at least 3 mechs, destroy them all and form V07 TRO in Voltron. Well, that's something to play with at least. And if I was to convert this to standard, there's a considerable amount of old mech cards that wouldn't make sense. So that's something. But on second consideration, I don't think there's a third experimental deck to do here. Yes, I could rebuild a secrets deck. Yes, I could try to do the Goblin Bombs thing, but we kind of already know what the Goblin Bombs are now. I was misreading them. I thought they said Golden Bombs, and now that I know that they're just Goblin Bombs, they're just these. Death Rattle, deal 2 damage to an enemy hero. So we've got a Death Rattle deck and a mech deck, both wild. Let's try this and see how this goes. Let's start with the mech deck just because I'm kind of interested in that. We might as well play ranked. And I'm going to end up saying in every one of these recordings, yes, I'm just probably going to use HS Hearthstone Deck Tracker and hsreplay.net to replace all of these decks with things that they recommend to play with that are more likely to get successes, because I certainly have seen slightly more success by listening to other people than by trying to go at them alone. And perhaps, arguably, I have been obstinately not listening to advice of others in Hearthstone and trying to go my own way. And now, 4 years into playing, I am ready to move on to something to do it better. Alright. So the funny thing here will be I can play this, and then I could play this, and then it would become a 2-5, and then it would get replaced. Or I could play this, and I could play this, and this would be a 3-6. Reduce the cost of mechs in your hand by 1 as a battle cry. Right. Nice. In the turn. So now I'm waiting for the next turn, and I can get this to work, hopefully. Let's see, what do I want to do? This plus this, and then I play magnetic this on this side so it magnetizes. Nice little animation. And theoretically, the magnetization and everything should go back into our hand. If it doesn't, then oops on that. And next turn I can just play this on whatever character if they don't kill it. Right. Play this. And try this one and this one then, I guess. And then the turn. See, if I play this next turn and that's a 7-10, then it's pretty easy to summon anything with less attack than 7. In fact, this card is probably underused in this deck. There needs to be something that is super powerful to synchronize with this. Yeah, inherently this deck falls apart because it doesn't have Mimron's Head. That's the one card that they need. Okay. If I play this, then I can play it too in a whatever, yeah. Online. And see, I was thinking if you had two magnetic things, would they merge together? But I don't know how you'd ever have that happen. Like, I don't know how you could get magnetic, mech, and then play another magnetic, and then just have it go down the line and merge together into one giant thing. Let's see. Let's put that there. And the magnetic ability, I suppose, also gives you the opportunity to forever keep things alive and attacking with extra attack each turn. So the magnetic ability is a secret charge ability. It just requires you that you play it on a mech and buff that character. Let's see. This will be funny. I should probably leave it alone. So I'm gonna leave this in my hand so that next turn this goes back and replaces this, just so this gets its health back. I'm doing pretty good. Is this just a lucky game, or is this a pretty good strategy? It seems like to me this is probably a pretty good strategy. So yeah, play this, do this, and turn. Yeah, play wild, play some of the mech cards that they didn't balance the new magnetic ability with so much, and you can do some crazy things. If you just play standard with mech cards, well, it probably isn't still a bad strategy, depending on what other strategies you might be able to successfully implement. If you can implement something better with the hunter, like playing a secrets deck or a beast deck, or yeah, secrets or a beast deck probably is better for a hunter than playing a mech deck. This one, 2 damage. Okay, poisonous. Alright, killed that one. Kill that one, do that, and win. Not too bad. Let's try the death deck. So I'll keep it under consideration, that current deck, although it's not a standard deck, and since I've kind of given up on any idea of playing wild ranked, I kind of need to use the HS replay suggestions of probably mid-range hunter or something else like that.
The forest fights back.
Let the hunt begin.
Now, if I can get this to really work, this is going to be a crazy deck. I want the Fugan on the field as early as possible, and I want Stalag on the field as early as possible, so I'm going to trade out those and see how we can get this to work.
Job's done.
And if I can get 6 or 7 Thaddeus's consistently, that would be kind of amazing, but it is going to be a mid-game strategy at best. Let's see. Just do that. A lot of 5 mana cards. There's Stalag, there's Fugan. So one of these goes on the field and dies. Probably Stalag. because he'll be the easy kill with full health. Then I play Fugan. Then I played this on him. Then I play Feign Death, Feign Death. It's going to be quite the crazy combination on that 6th or 7th turn.
Tazdingo! Yes!
It's just like nothing. I have no cards, unfortunately, otherwise. Right, play this in the turn. He does a swipe and kills it, as expected. And I'm hoping he doesn't have anything to activate this. And see, I'm afraid this guy's gonna probably just concede on one Thaddeus's. Ooh, interesting move. He silenced him, which I guess would have been the one thing that I didn't want to have happen. Okay. This
The teeth I have.
and
Ooh, I wonder
this.
what this does.
Oh, this is only mix, so this one actually shouldn't be in there anyways. And I guess we can do this.
For master, you die now.
This one silence fully threw off my strategy, and this card is actually a lot less useful than I thought it was. So I probably should look and see if there's any other Death Rattle cards that I shouldn't have in this deck. 2 damage to all minions. Let's see. I'm going to do this and this, and then do this. And do this, and then do this. There we go. It doesn't seem as good as I would like it to be because we don't have any of the Death Rattle triggered twice characters yet. This and
We do. For master. You die now.
Death Rattle's triggered twice. I want to get as many Death Rattle trigger twice cards on the field But it's interesting too, Baron Rivendell, your minions trigger their death rattles twice, is a legendary card, where this one is just a epic card. So apparently the expense or cost of doing that isn't as bad as it used to be. Alright, let's do this. Let's see how this works. Well, that was crazy. That deserves a wow.
Astounding.
Well played.
We didn't get to play N'Zoth the Corruptor, we didn't get to play some of these other cards that would have had death rattle things happen more. And I definitely think I need to go back and see if there really are any Boomsday cards in this death rattle deck that makes sense. I'm also not 100% sure that there is a daily quest for death rattle cards, so that might be an issue too. Like, so this card, not useful. See, magnetic death rattle, destroy a random enemy. We'll hold on to that. But yeah, that's kind of it. There's like one card, one maybe two cards being added because of this new expansion. Frankly, you could probably get something like this and add that easier and have something a little bit crazier. See, I just want to see Boomsday cards. How many of these Boomsday cards actually were in this deck? These two and this one. And that's it. So, not much of a death rattle deck. Well, that's, I guess, it for the Hunter. These deck rebuilds, ever since I started using HS Replay as my main suggester, and doing that on screen is just pretty much impossible, so I won't do that on screen. But ever since I started using hsreplay.net, which I keep mentioning it as if it was a sponsor, it's not. But ever since I used that, my deck rebuilds kind of don't feel like they're much different than the old decks I built, and they don't feel like they're doing anything crazy. Inherently, I think that is also part of a problem with every new expansion as it comes out, is that the creators of Hearthstone are not really willing to take it in a crazy direction. So because they're not willing to take it in that crazy direction, they just add some very basic cards. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. Stay tuned if you're watching live. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.